At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
We're the Skinner brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
In with a record of 11-3, one of the best teams in the state of West Virginia. But their challenge tonight, the 10-0 Spring Mills Cardinals, the number one team in the state. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Colin McLaughlin. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. And on camera tonight, Aiden Sensabaugh. Here on TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR, it's the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off. Parsons Ford is located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first, Parsons. Colin, looking at this matchup, Jefferson's had the injuries. When they've been healthy, they've been arguably a top three team in the state of West Virginia, but they're still dealing with some injuries. They're expected to get some guys back tonight. But will it be enough against a Spring Mills team that's pretty much dominated everybody, has signature wins like their victory over Morgantown and Martinsburg, and coming off of an absolutely demolishing of Musselman. And with the snow and everything, it's been a little while since both these teams have been in action as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You got the team that has been the best of the best in the Eastern Panhandle the past few years, the Jefferson Cougars, a team that has been seemingly unbeatable in the Panhandle, who's now going up against the team that's number one in the state. They knocked off Morgantown, that being the Spring Mills Cardinals, a team that it just seems like, as you said, is unstoppable, but they haven't played Jefferson yet. Jefferson not 100% healthy just yet, but they still will be returning their leading scorer, Jamari Jenkins, tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately for Jefferson, they're not going to be healthy 100% again this season, as Quinn Goins unfortunately has been lost for the season with an injury. So they do get Jenkins back, the leading scorer. He's been one of the best players in the state of West Virginia really since his freshman season. They do not have Kylan Johnson yet. Johnson's still dealing with his injury. He's out at least another week, but will return at some point this year. Goins done for the year, so it's a semi-healthy team. That backcourt, though, of Jenkins and Gladney, we've talked about it year in and year out with the Cougars. Arguably the best backcourt in the state, one of the best backcourts in the state at least, and one of the best backcourts in the Eastern Panhandle. And having those two out there gives you a great chance to beat anybody, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if you want to find success, I feel like tonight, you're going to have both of those guys out on the court together as much as possible, because most likely what we'll see tonight, because we've seen it time and time again from Spring Mills, Nick, is the Cardinals like to guard the best player, face guard them with Xavier Anderson and try to completely take them out of the game on the offensive end. So if you only have one out there, they typically get eliminated. You have both, the other needs to step up, whoever's the one not being guarded. I still expect them to play well, but will both of them together be enough?
And for Jenkins, too, not only has he had this week off with the snow, he's had several weeks off with the injury, so this is his first game back. How much is he going to be able to go tonight, number one? Number two, how well adjusted will he be coming back for his first game? And then the third thing is you get to come back for your first game, which is obviously Jefferson wants him out there as much as possible, but it comes up against Spring Mills, the number one team in the state. It's not an easy first matchup to return to action for if you're Jamari Jenkins. So there's a lot of interesting things, I think, on his side and just on the Cougars side in terms of they've dealt with a lot of adversity this season. How are they able to handle that here tonight against the Spring Mills team that hasn't faced any adversity this season? But it's still, at the end of the day, Spring Mills probably thinks in the back of their mind, they haven't beaten this team in 5 years.
Yeah, that's going to need to be the mentality instead of, oh, we're the best team in the state so far. We're at home. We should be able to dominate. You need to still have that chip on your shoulder if you're Spring Mills and come out with something to prove here because, as you said, past 5 years, it's been Jefferson that's had the Cardinals' number, and they're still wanting to try to do so tonight, a team that you can't underestimate. We'll see what happens, though.
Final few minutes here of JV action. Spring Mills holding a 54, I should say final few seconds here, 21 seconds left. Spring Mills 54, Cougars 38. The Cardinals varsity team getting ready to run out here onto the court. A Spring Mills team that is very much a starting five heavy team. Doesn't use too much of the bench, but at times we've seen the depth from that bench. Jefferson, a team that heading into the year, Coach Lewis really believed in their depth as being a strength for this year's team. It is a team that has been led by its core, Jamari Jenkins, Jaden Gladney, and, of course, Wyatt Shively as well. Those guys have gotten the majority of the minutes that returned from last year. Kylan Johnson has stepped up, but he's out tonight. Tayshawn Roper's played some big minutes over the years. Of course, you have Ty Vickers, Wallace, Goins, unfortunately, dealing with the injury. Wilberger down low. It should be interesting, too. I mean, Jefferson going with that bigger lineup of having both Shively and Wilberger out there. Those guys are more traditional bigs compared to Caleb Thomas and Xavier Anderson, who are, 6'7", but play like guards at times.
Yeah, those will be the matchup for sure to keep eyes on tonight. Can the strength of Shively and Wilberger down low affect on either side the two guys that arguably one being the best in the state in Caleb Thomas, and another that is definitely getting to a high level athletically, somebody that is only, a sophomore? Xavier Anderson?
Yes.
Making his name known in the state as well.
Well, we're a few minutes away now from tip-off as the 20-minute clock has started. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School. The Jefferson Cougars taking on the Spring Mills Cardinals in West Virginia High School boys basketball action. We're now getting into our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's, fast, fresh, friendly. We'll start with the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Richard Lewis, and then hear from Spring Mills head coach Luke Samples.
Now joined by the head coach of the Musselman Lady.
Now joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Richard Lewis. Coach, team's been dealing with some injuries. How's the health of the team heading into this one?
Getting a little better. Quentin Goins is out for the year, so we had to deal with that. And then Jamari's coming back tonight, and Colin will be back next week, hopefully sometime next week against Musselman maybe, or a little bit after that.
With all that, and of course the snow last week, a lot to adjust for both teams with the time off. How were you guys able to adjust and get ready for this one?
You just had one practice and got ready for the game. That's pretty much it. It wasn't much to it. Schools was closed down, so you know how it is when that happens. You have to abide by the rules, and got one practice yesterday, and we're ready to play the number one team in the state.
You mentioned it, Spring Mills being number one this year, clearly a talented team. What kind of stands out to you about them this year compared to maybe the last few years as they've been on the upward trend here in the EPAC?
They got experience. Those guys have been playing since 9th grade. Got some guys stepping up for them, playing really well. They're playing at a high level right now, hitting a lot of shots, playing really good defense. So those things stand out, and they got one of the best players in the state.
With your team not being completely healthy this year, there's been some tough losses here recently, Martinsburg, Washington. Dealing with adversity this season, it's not something really this team's been used to over the last few years. You've been pretty much dominating the Eastern Panhandle. How do you feel like the guys have dealt with the adversity of the injuries and trying to find new guys to step up?
I think we dealt with it good. Really, we lost pretty much, 1 or 2 games without 3 of our top 4 or 5 scorers. But overall, I think we had some guys step up, some big key games that we won over the last couple of weeks. Had a little bump in the road the last 2 games, but nothing really hang our heads down on. I think we'll be fine. It's just really getting back to playing at a high level that made us 9-0 at the beginning of the season. I think the biggest thing for us right now is, like I said, getting healthy, start getting our chemistry back, getting guys back on the court, getting back to practice, and just really locking in on some details.
Who have been some guys, when guys have been out, that have stepped up well for you?
Of course, Jaden and Wyatt, Demarius Wallace stepped up, Takeem Drake, Tayshawn Roper. They played really well for us down at, in some big key games, big key moments. Where we got an overtime win a couple weeks ago. down in D.C. We got a big EPAC win against Musselman. So we had some big wins. Like I said, we can't really hang our hats on 1 or 2 losses. The big picture is, at the end of the season, being in Charleston, winning the state tournament.
Coach, what do you think are some keys to get the win here tonight against Spring Mills?
We got to just play well. That's the biggest thing with us is just playing well. When I mean playing well is playing defensively, offensively, just locking in on details. We know, who the main guys are, just really being consistent on what we do on defense and offense. That's kind of what I'm looking for tonight.
Anything else?
No, just like I said, we got to play well. I think it's a long season. We've had adversity in the past with some injuries. People, just probably didn't really pay attention to because we were winning. But we had some guys out for long stretches of times. Will Shelby was out. Cameron Johnson was out years ago. So we've dealt with some things. But the biggest thing with us is just being resilient and being overcoming adversity throughout this whole game and throughout the rest of the season.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Now joined by the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Luke Samples. Coach, it's been a week off due to the snow. Not a whole lot of practice time to get ready for this one, but how do you think that will affect things tonight with the week off for both teams?
Well, I'd like to thank Berkeley County senior staff. We actually were allowed to practice on a couple of those days. From 1 to 5, it's optional, varsity only. But I've been in counties where you're not allowed. And Berkeley County senior staff does it right. They make sure everyone's safe. And then only upperclassmen kids, and it's optional. So we were fortunate enough. We have kids that live around the school. We were able to have about 3 or 4 practices, good practices. We get in the weight room and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we didn't have games, so we were still a week off from games. But I think we use it to get better, bigger, stronger, faster. So that's what we really concentrated on, and we try to, we just kept the game plans going, kept the scouts going, even though we didn't get to play the games. We were expected not to play the games, but we wanted to stay mentally and physically fresh.
Tonight, Jefferson, the team that's been the team here in the Eastern Panhandle. Obviously, they're a little bit beat up this season, so they've taken some tough losses, but still a very talented team. Jamari Jenkins expected to be back tonight. Just what have you seen from the Cougars so far this year, and what would a win tonight mean for your program?
Well, we haven't beat them in 5 years. We were 0-5 in the last 2 years. We didn't play them in the COVID year, so we haven't beat them in 5 years. Jamari is, one of the best players in the state. Jaden Gladney. Me personally, I haven't beat that kid since he's been in the Jefferson uniform. The Shively boy, him and his brother. Total respect for that family, and Coach Lewis does a great job. They do what they do. Styles create matchups. And they're going to they're going to press, they're going to run around, they're going to shoot threes, and their guard play is unbelievable. It doesn't matter who's on the floor for Jefferson; they're going to have athletes, and we just want to come in and keep doing what we've been doing, and we're not naive. We want to beat Morgantown because we want to be considered one of the best in the state. Well, Jefferson's the best in the EPAC. Fully healthy, they're undefeated. Now, they beat a really good Frederick team. They beat a private school. They're at Glen Oak. They're really good. So we expect, again, an EPAC battle. Like I tell our kids, you have to expect it to be a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. That's what you have to expect. And hopefully, we get lucky and it's more than that. But that's what we expect, a one-possession game in the fourth quarter, and we have to close it.
You mentioned, Styles making fights, and their style, usually a team that likes to shoot a lot of threes. You guys can get up and down the court and shoot as well. So just overall, when it comes to the pace of play tonight, how do you think that will affect things, especially with the time off that you two have had with the lack of games recently?
I think you have to play basketball, man, and that's what we do at Spring Mills, and that's what Jefferson does. We play basketball. We get up and down the floor and we play basketball. That's what the kids want to do, and that's what we do. It should be really, really, really fun. We're big and long. They're quick and athletic. We're, 2 of the top teams in the state. So it's just going to be fun, man. It's always fun, but we got to knock them off at some point, I would hope. I guess we don't have to. But, just another opportunity to give you guys, give the radio, give our fans a good show.
And overall, you've had a lot of those opportunities this year, and you've been able to take advantage of them with the schedule that your team has presented. And now, how do you think that schedule has prepared you for games like tonight against Jefferson?
We play all year round, in fall league we play a weekend, we take 2 weeks off, and then we play a weekend. In the summer we play a week, take a week off, play a week. And then our schedule, man, it's been so much fun. These kids they're built different. They really are. Our guys were built different. Not taking anything away from anyone else, but they just when it's time, when the ball goes up, man, they know it's business time. So I feel comfortable. I feel confident. I'm not betting against our guys. I never would.
What are some keys to get the win tonight?
We can't turn the ball over, and obviously live ball turnovers are important not to have. When the ball's in play, we can't be turning the ball over. And then we just have to be us. I mean, if we're just us, we're pretty good. So, execution and energy is what we preach this week coming into this game. So hopefully we bring that.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
That was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we will get into the keys to the game and continue to break down this matchup. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 2 minutes.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Colin McLaughlin. Here as we continue the countdown to tip-off. Jefferson taking on Spring Mills in high school boys basketball action. Colin, let's get your keys to the game. The key to your next car is at the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. Start with the visitors, the Jefferson Cougars, the underdogs. A rare occurrence here in the Eastern Panhandle. And then go over to Spring Mills.
Yeah, it for some would probably still feel weird calling them the underdog, but if they go in with that mentality tonight, it honestly might be for the better for them. Got to still focus, though, on knocking down those threes. That'll keep you in it, and then using that speed and transition, getting down the court, trying to keep that tempo the way that you like on the other side for Spring Mills. As you heard from Coach Samples in his pregame interview, just be us. I mean, everything that they've done so far this year has worked for them. That's why they're the number one team in the state and have been undefeated so far this year. So if they can continue that trend tonight, expect it to be another big win for them and a statement win because, as we've heard, they haven't beat this Jefferson team in 5 years.
Some other big games going on tonight in the EPAC, Colin. Martinsburg traveling to Morgantown. Musselman taking on Washington. So a lot to look forward to tonight in the Eastern Panhandle. Hedgesville coming off a win last night over Millbrook. So as we pick things back up with the week off due to the snow, you know, there's some big games. I mean, Martinsburg, Morgantown, arguably just as big as this game in terms of where they're right now in the AP. Martinsburg struggled against Spring Mills a lot more than Morgantown did, but still, you know, they could cause some problems for the Mohegans here tonight.
Yeah, that game will be interesting. I said it off the air after our edition of the Sports Mix today. I feel like today, with all the games that we have lined up in boys basketball, I think this is the most that we're going to learn about our EPAC teams because of the matchups. Even though Hedgesville has the day off today, you still have Washington Musselman, two teams that we probably put 50-50 with one another in the conference. Martinsburg, we're probably sitting there in that top three, more like the third team, but they're still going up against Morgantown. If they can compete with that, we'll see. Maybe give them a little bit more hype, but still, these two teams that we're seeing tonight, I think everybody would argue are the two best teams in the conference.
Yes,
we'll wait and see. Right? I mean, you still got to say, Jefferson, as we've said, they have been undefeated other than this year in the conference, and it was an unhealthy Jefferson team with two of the three leading scorers out, and that loss to Martinsburg. You still, as we've said earlier here in the pregame show, will be without Johnson tonight. Jenkins does return, so the backcourt of Jenkins and Gladney will get to see, but it's still Spring Mills, the best team in the state.
Yeah, but right now the consensus in the state is that Martinsburg's the better team between the Cougars and the Bulldogs. Now, some of that may just be people not really realizing the situation at Jefferson, looking at the loss to Washington, looking at the fact that Martinsburg beat Jefferson. But they're the 4 right now, and Jefferson the 6. So I guess from a technicality standpoint, in terms of the votes right now, people actually would consider Martinsburg the better team. But I think you're right in a lot of ways. Jefferson has been the team in this conference. Jefferson has the talent when fully healthy. It feels like that they can compete with anybody, but they're still not fully healthy, so you got to put that in consideration as well. But number 6 Jefferson in the AP poll, 11-3. Number 1 Spring Mills, 10-0. The only undefeated team in Quad A. Musselman taking on Washington. Musselman still receiving a vote in the AP poll. Washington not receiving votes currently, but they just beat Jefferson the other night. They're a team to definitely look out for. They're a young team. Musselman, a team that has the experience, but it's coming off of its worst performance of the year against Spring Mills. So that one's very interesting. A 7-4 Musselman, 6-4 Washington tonight, Colin.
Yeah, we were talking about that one earlier today, and I'm still feeling like I did earlier today. It's going to be a 50-50 game between those two. Keep an eye and try to get halftime scores with Dylan Bishop back at the studio for all of the EPAC games, and, of course, WVU as well, as they are in action tonight at UCF.
The other key in that one is what will be DJ Bordley's status, since I believe he was ejected in the game against Jefferson. So
I believe that is what I heard.
So if that's correct, then I believe he's suspended this game. So that would be, a huge loss for Washington taking on Musselman tonight, but still an intriguing matchup and what has been a great year here in the EPAC. We'll take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll give you the starting lineups. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center is proud to announce that our total hip and knee replacement surgery programs recently earned the Joint Commission's Gold Seal of Approval. Achieving this prestigious Joint Commission certification distinguishes Jefferson Medical Center for the excellent care our orthopedic team provides at every stage from pre-admission to acute hospital stay and discharge. It also demonstrates Jefferson Medical Center's ongoing commitment to improving patient care. WVU Medicine, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Kick off the new year in a new Chevy from CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of new Chevy models on our lot. Right now, save up to $9,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Or check out a new 2024 Equinox and save up to $3,500 off MSRP. And did we mention every new car comes with Chevy Complete Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty? Find new roads at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School inside the Cardinal Coliseum. Jefferson getting ready to take on Spring Mills here in West Virginia High School boys basketball. We'll now bring you the starting lineups brought to you by the Murius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. Starting for Jefferson, number 0, Jaden Gladney. Number 10, Jamari Jenkins. Number 2, Tayshawn Roper. Number 33, Wyatt Shively. And number 45, Jared Wilberger. For Spring Mills, starting for them at guard, it's their typical starting lineup. Number 2, Akwesi Opoku Achampon at forward or guard. Number 3, Caleb Thomas at forward. Number 10, Xavier Anderson. At guard, number 15, Max Anderson. And rounding out the lineup at forward, Loke Youth Smith.
Yeah, an interesting change here at the final seconds on the Jefferson side, going with Tayshawn Roper in the starting 5 instead of Demarius Wallace, which I believe you were told during
I might have misheard
pregame, but
possible.
Either way, he's in that starting 5 as now Spring Mills with the fanfare and the light show here for the starting 5 coming out.
Yeah, I mean, this is an exciting Spring Mills team, undefeated at 10-0. Jefferson sits at 11-3, both teams in the top 10 in the AP and the coaches poll. And Colin, you ready to go for this one? I mean, this is a huge matchup here in the Eastern Panhandle and across the state.
Yeah, top 10 matchup in the state, always ready to go to see the best of the best in the Eastern Panhandle do battle once again. We've been waiting over a week now for some boys basketball action again because of the snow, and we finally get it here tonight.
It's true. Last night we did get a good girls basketball game between Washington and Musselman. Washington getting the win there, but back on the court now for boys basketball. Tomorrow we're back with girls basketball, Colin. We'll have Jefferson taking on Martinsburg, but two teams take the court. Cougars out in their gold uniforms with the maroon numbers, maroon letters across the chest, and the maroon stripe down the side. And then Spring Mills in their home white uniforms with the red and blue stripes down the side. Cardinals written in red across the chest. The numbers in blue across the chest as well. And Spring Mills takes the court now with Caleb Thomas standing in the circle against Wyatt Shively. So we are just about ready for our opening tip-off, which is brought to you by the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Cougars Cardinals. Jefferson has dominated the series over the last 5 years. But this year, Spring Mills is the #1 team in the state, and the Cougars win the tip, even though Caleb Thomas tipped it, but Jamari Jenkins flies in to grab it, and Jefferson will have the first possession of the game. Jenkins guarded closely by Max Anderson. Bounce pass over to Roper. Roper trying to go to work. Will reset the offense, finds Jenkins. Jenkins in and out dribble, drives baseline, trying to find something, resets. Spring Mills can switch on everything, and they do that here. Shively into the high post. Going into the post game against Anderson. Goes up strong, but he is rejected by Caleb Thomas. Thomas pushing with the left hand the other way. Jenkins knocks it away and out of bounds. It will stay with Spring Mills.
Yeah, it looks like right now Jenkins hasn't missed a beat. Just coming back from injury, you can tell that right leg still might be favoring him. He does have a leg sleeve on, that lower part of that right leg.
Poku Champon now with the basketball at the top of the key. Guarded by Jaden Gladney. High post, Caleb Thomas takes a dribble, goes up strong, but loses control of it, and Wilberger comes away with it. Jenkins now speeding down the court. His shot rejected by Thomas. The 6'7" frame of Caleb Thomas have already 2 blocks here in the early going. Kwesi Opoku Champon swings it to Thomas, now back up top. Look at Youth Smith. Youth Smith over to Anderson. Now Thomas drives in, post up. Opoku Champon open. 3-pointer from the wing is no good. Xavier Anderson, though, with the follow. His shot is no good. And it's rebounded underneath by Wyatt Shively. Jaden Gladney now with the bounce pass to Tayshawn Roper on the left wing. Roper dribbles back toward the middle of the court into the high post for Wilberger. He'll turn around, pull up a jumper. That is short off the front of the rim. So no score here in the early going. With 6.5 minutes to go. Caleb Thomas going coast to coast. He is stopped by Shively. Ball on the floor, and Jenkins picks it up, and he'll run for the Cougars. Jamari looking to find something for the Jefferson offense. In now dribble, pulls up a long elbow. Jay on the way is no good, but Youth Smith grabs the rebound. Spring Mills with the basketball now. Still scoreless here, 2 minutes into the contest. Poku Champon off the Caleb Thomas screen. Goes down low to Xavier Anderson. I'm sorry, that is Xavier. And Xavier with the turnaround jumper, that's good. First 2 points of the game here for Spring Mills come from Xavier Anderson. Roper bounce pass down low to Shively. He'll post up on Anderson. Bounce pass underneath, intended for Roper. Ball on the ground. Both teams fighting for it. We have a jump ball, and the possession arrow will go to Spring Mills.
Yeah, that pass resulting in the ball on the ground kind of went off the foot of Anderson unintentionally, which is why there was no kickball called. But both teams.
Our first quarter is presented to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown. Lansing, proudly serving the area since 1880. Max Anderson in the corner, drives in, kicks it out. Caleb Thomas' 3 is no good, but an offensive foul called before that. Wyatt Shively takes the charge. It's the first foul called on the game. Tayshawn Roper will bring it up.
Both teams really just trying to feel each other out right now. Sloppiness on the offensive end, which is what we expected with a week off.
Yeah, that's a good point here as Jenkins comes off the Wilberger screen, drives in, swings to Roper into the corner for Shively. Now back to Jamari Jenkins. 5 minutes to go, opening quarter, 2-0. Cardinals on top of the Cougars. Shively thought about the jumper, now will drive in, kick it back to Jenkins. Jenkins brings it back towards center court, in and out dribble. Bounce pass over to Roper. Now in the hands of Jaden Gladney. Jefferson not finding a whole lot of looks against this long Spring Mills defense. In the corner for Shively. Shively drives into the lane. Shot is up and good. We're tied at 2 with 4:22 to go in the first quarter. Caleb Thomas now into the lane. A blocking foul called on Shively. His first personal foul.
Shively, a few times now we've seen go to the floor trying to get that call. He got the last one with the offensive foul given to him, but this time around he doesn't get the call his way.
Well, right now, the physicality, though, the Jefferson Bigs are definitely making it tough on Spring Mills when they get into the lane. The length of Spring Mills has made it tough for Jefferson to get a whole lot of open shots. Opoku Champagne called for the carry. That's a turnover, and now Jefferson takes over.
Right now, the fans are here 4 minutes in, staying quiet as well. It's a packed house, but student section over behind the Spring Mills bench. Nobody standing up, getting behind their team, unlike the Cardinal Coliseum.
Shively goes down low, post up, and his shot is blocked again. Caleb Thomas already with 3 of them. Jenkins, though, strips it away. Shively down the court to Jenkins. He goes up strong, draws the foul, and will head to the line to shoot 2.
That's been an interesting battle earlier on. We've seen Jenkins, guy that's what a lot of people would think mismatch going up against Caleb Thomas, because Caleb Thomas is a head taller than him. However, Jenkins has the quick hands, been able to get in there, deflect the ball on the dribble.
Jamari's free throw is up and good. He's a player that it doesn't matter the height difference. You know, he can make up for it with his skill and speed. Second free throw is up and good as well, and it's just good to see him back for the Cougars. He gives them such a boost, Colin.
Yes, he definitely does.
Thomas into the hands now of Max Anderson, guarded by Roper. Over to Xavier Anderson in the corner, back to Opoku Champagne. Now Anderson has it. Trying to set up some offense for Spring Mills. Caleb Thomas will drive baseline. Wilberger cuts it off. Xavier Anderson into the lane. Shively falls down. No call on either end. And Max Anderson pulls up for 3 and knocks down the triple.
Yeah, I like the no call there. That was a clear flop by Shively.
5-4 our score. Gladney drives baseline. Floater is up and good. First 2 points of the night for Jaden Gladney. It's Cougars 6. Cardinals 5 with 3 minutes left in this opening quarter. Youth Smith's corner 3 is going to go home, but it hit off that wire connecting the basket, so no shot. Our first quarter is also presented to you by TV 10 by CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward. So don't count that three-pointer on your scorecards at home, and we remain 6-5 here at 2:40 left in the first quarter. Wilberger into the hands of Shively. Now over to Jamari Jenkins, guarded by the lengthy Xavier Anderson. Jenkins, though, still finds a way into the lane and draws a foul. Jamari has a great ability here early on, Colin, of getting into the lane against the bigger defenders and then using his positioning to put them in tough positions. That's now the second foul on Max Anderson.
Yeah, the elusiveness so far has definitely been key here for Jenkins early on, setting the pace here and giving Jefferson the lead.
He knocks down that free throw. It's now 7-5 Cougars with 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Looks like Tyler Jones is going to check in for Max Anderson. So Spring Mills has to go into that bench. We saw Jones step up in the Martinsburg win. Didn't really contribute a lot in the scoring column, but brought some good defense for the 6'1 sophomore. Second free throw from Jenkins is good as well. He now has 4 points in his return game, and it's Cougars 8, Cardinals 5 with 2:25 left in the opening quarter. Opoku Champagne now with the basketball, dribbling through the Cougar defense in the high post for Youth Smith, who I thought he initially traveled, and then they do call the travel there.
Yeah, he tried to keep the pivot foot down, but it just slid with his momentum. Good call.
Kind of caught that ball initially on his hip. It was an awkward angle. It almost walked there initially. Now Jenkins brings it into the front court for the Cougars. Tayshawn Roper difficult shot is no good. Rebound grabbed by Jefferson. Gladney now with the basketball. Caleb Connor into the game for Jefferson, securing that offensive rebound. Gladney dribble handoff of Jenkins, pulls up for three, and that is just short, no good. Opoku Champon comes away with the rebound for Spring Mills. Dribble handoff now with Caleb Thomas. Thomas going into the line. Connor with the tough defense. Tough fadeaway J, but Caleb Thomas not bothered by it as he knocks it down.
Yeah, you're going to need somebody else on Caleb Thomas in that instance.
Hugh Smith grabs the rebound ahead to Jones. Jones' shot is up and good. I mean, I don't know if it was the defense. Thomas just 6'7", makes any shot that you don't get a hand in his face, which is difficult to do. It was good defense, though, from Connor, honestly. And now an offensive foul going against Jefferson. So Spring Mills picking up some momentum with the Jones bucket, the Thomas bucket, and they're back in control of the lead at 9-8 with 1:03 left in this first quarter. Wallace comes on for Roper.
Yep, and now we see the student section standing up trying to get behind their team now. Got a little bit of a run, giving them the lead.
Just over a minute to go here in the quarter. Opoku Champon doing low to Xavier Anderson. Back in the hands of Xavier. Now back up top to Caleb Thomas. Thomas. Foul called. They're going to call it on Connor. Because it's clear that Jefferson wants to be physical with Thomas. Try to get him off his dribble.
Yeah, Jefferson right now trying to make Spring Mills as uncomfortable as possible. And for the most part, it has worked. I mean, only a 9-8 game right now here in the first. And you can tell that Spring Mills really hasn't looked like itself so far.
40 seconds left in this first quarter. Drive in for Thomas, and he gets the layup to go. So Spring Mills 11, Jefferson 8 with 30 seconds left in the opening quarter. Wallace, over the head pass for Jenkins. Jamari slows it back down, looks to his coach Richard Lewis to draw up the play. Xavier Anderson with the defense. Shively sets the screen. Jenkins resets. 8 seconds on the game clock. Jenkins drives in the lane with the left hand. Kicks it back out. Wallace tipped in the hands of Shively. Connor at the buzzer. Doesn't really get a shot off. It was tipped on its way up. And at the end of one, it is Spring Mills 11, Jefferson 8. We'll take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg. The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
We're back here at the Cardinal Coliseum. Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin here for the broadcast. Our cameraman tonight, Aiden Sensabaugh, and back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. Colin, it is Spring Mills 11, Jefferson 8 after one. What kind of stood out to you about that first quarter?
You could tell that it definitely is caused issue on both sides offensively. Having the week off last week, I think things will pick up, though, here in the second quarter.
Sharmari Jenkins yelling out singles for his team as he brings it into the front court. Xavier Anderson with the long length, making it tough on Jenkins. And then hands of Shively over to Wallace, who opened up for three. And now his shot is rejected and sent into the Spring Mills student section. That's already the 4th block, I think, for Caleb Thomas so far.
Yeah, I think you're right. At least 4 blocks so far. I mean, he does everything well, and I don't know which attribute you can count as his best, but he's racking them up here early.
Gladney, nice backdoor cut from Wallace, but the shot is up and no good. Poku Champon will bring it into the front court for the Spring Mills Cardinals. Off the Caleb Thomas screen, Poku Champon bounce pass down low. Xavier Anderson going to be called for a blocking foul is Wyatt Shively. That will be his 2nd. And Jefferson needs their bigs to stay out of foul trouble. That's one area where they may not have quite the same speed and guard-like attributes as the Spring Mills bigs, but the strength and physicality they can bring can kind of get them off balance. Here's a Caleb Thomas 3, and that's good. Thomas starting to get into his zone. 7 points, and it's Cardinals 14, Cougars 8. Jefferson needs a bucket here. And they're going to burn a timeout. With 7:05 left in this first half. Good timeout here for Coach Lewis. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Here to Spring Mills High School. Our second quarter is presented to you on TV 10 by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Located at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, online at Orsinis.com. As well as Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President and Lieutenant Governor. A fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again by cutting taxes and creating jobs. Let's re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. So it is Spring Mills 14, Jefferson 8 with 7:05 to go in the second quarter. And Colin, how the Cougars get the offense going again? What do you think they could do better?
Just got to keep that ball movement and off the ball keep going as well. Everybody right now stagnant. Here we go.
Wallace over to Jaden Gladney. Feel like we need to get Gladney going a little bit more. He only has 2 points, and he goes in the lane. Floater is up and no good. Wallace grabs the rebound on the offensive end. Kicks it out to Jenkins. Jenkins pulls up with the baseline jumper. That's no good. Poku Champon secures the board. Spring Mills looking to push. And it hands out Tyler Jones. Youth Smith over to Caleb Thomas. Thomas goes into the lane. Slides his foot, but pulls up on the turnaround. Jay, that's no good. Poku Champon with the offensive rebound. Youth Smith's 3 is good. Loki Youth Smith with the 3-pointer, and it's 17-8 Cardinals. Wallace over to Gladney, and a foul called against Spring Mills. (17-8) Spring Mills here, first half, with 6:07 left.
Things right now just starting to fall apart for Jefferson, which you can't have against the best team in the state. Some frustration you can see on their faces a little bit too. Got to refocus.
And the hands now of Shively over to Gladney for the mid-range J, and that's up and good. Jaden Gladney now with 4. Cougars get a bucket, 17-10. Caleb Thomas now goes in the lane against Shively. Fadeaway J is no good. Jones grabs the rebound. Youth Smith, another 3 just off the back of the rim, no good. Shively fights for the own rebound with his teammate Roper, and he grabs it and finds Jamari Jenkins. Jenkins back to Shively. Over to Jaden Gladney now. Gladney going up against Poku Champon. Now Roper into the hands of Jenkins, left wing. Jenkins in the lane. Bounce pass underneath Wilberger. Took a dribble, and he is blocked on his way up. Probably should have just went up right away. I mean, you can't give Caleb Thomas or anybody on this Spring Mills defense a chance to recover, Colin.
Yeah, he tried to reset, readjust, find what he liked. Instead, also allowed you, Smith, and Thomas to grab at it.
Gladney on the three-pointer from the corner is fouled by Opoku Champon. That will be 3 free throws for Jaden Gladney, who, along with Jamari Jenkins, is leading the way tonight for Jefferson with 4 points apiece. Gladney's first free throws up and good. He now has 5. That's the first foul on Akwesi. Second free throw from Gladney is good as well. So it's a 5-point game, even though it felt like Spring Mills had a chance to pull away. Jefferson's still in it. And the next free throw's up and good as well. So 7 now for Gladney to lead the way. And Thomas has it at the top of the key. Opoku Champon now takes it. Roper guarding him. Back to Caleb Thomas. Pass gets away. That will be a backcourt violation. And Spring Mills turns it over. It's 17-13. Cardinals on top. Cougars take back over. Discussing real quick, I think if that was tipped, but I don't think it was.
Neither do I.
Oh, apparently it was. And Coach Lewis is furious. I mean, I think he has a right to be. That didn't look tipped to me, but they're ruling Spring Mills basketball.
I don't know what just happened.
Well, they're saying that it wasn't tipped, even though they made the backcourt violation call, and then they had to give it back to Spring Mills after the overturn.
Yeah.
U. Smith now back to Caleb Thomas. Thomas drives in and a foul called against Jefferson. Coach Lewis still frustrated. And at least from our angle, it looked like that was a clear backcourt violation on the pass.
Yeah, now that adds to the foul that he doesn't think should have been a foul down low.
Gladney picks up his first personal. 2 fouls each for both teams here in the early going. Xavier Anderson off the inbound, goes up strong and finishes. Anderson has 4. Jenkins back quickly the other way with the left-handed dribble. Kicks it out Shively. Resets, and Jefferson will have to get the offense going now. Jenkins off the Shively 3. Goes into the lane, goes up strong. Tries to find a teammate, but no one there, and it's a turnover for Jefferson.
Yeah, he tried to go with too much of drawing the contact instead of kicking it out. He had Wyatt Shively wide open at the top of the key.
Opoku Champon now with the basketball. Goes into the lane, down low to Xavier Anderson, and a foul called on Jefferson again.
Yeah, good job by Anderson there, fooling the Cougars with a pump fake and then going up right after, drawing the contact.
So Jefferson clearly frustrated right now, and Coach Lewis going to burn another timeout. So only 3 remaining for Jefferson as he burns this 30-second break. We'll take a 30-second break here at 19-13. Spring Mills on top, second quarter. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Kyle McLaughlin, Aiden Sensabaugh, our cameraman, and back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. Our score, Spring Mills 19, Jefferson 13. Here in the first half, Xavier Anderson headed to the free throw line. Anderson with 4 points, drawing the foul a few moments ago on Jefferson's Jamari Jenkins.
Yeah, you got Coach Lewis for Jefferson still over there trying to lay into the referees about that backcourt violation from earlier and the foul that just happened a few moments ago before the timeout as well. He's been unhappy so far here, 4 minutes into the second quarter.
Anderson's free throw is no good. Second free throw from the sophomore is also no good, and Connor grabs the rebound for Jefferson.
Good box out by Connor down low.
So Jenkins will bring it across the timeline with the Cougars down by 6 with 3:50 left in the first half. Shively over to Roper, now back in the hands of Jamari Jenkins. Jenkins guarded by Jones, drives in, kicks it out. Roper. Jefferson not finding a lot of its offense here early on, a team that typically likes to shoot a lot and shoot a lot of threes and get those threes quickly up. Haven't had too many opportunities. Shively with an air ball. Connor tries to grab the rebound, but it heads out of bounds. And you're not used to seeing Jefferson have this long of possessions, Colin.
No, but they just haven't really been able to get any spacing between them. I'd like to see some more picks from them.
Apologize for our camera issue here. Thomas in the lane, goes up strong, and a foul called against Jefferson. So Thomas to the line to shoot a pair. Caleb with 7 points to lead Spring Mills here early on. And the free throw is up and good. So Thomas now at 8 points.
I lost you if you can hear me. Yeah, I completely lost the camera. Check and see if the power or whatever.
Second one up and good as well. And it's Spring Mills 21, Jefferson 13. Tayshawn Roper with the basketball over to Jamari Jenkins. Jenkins off the screen from Shively. Jenkins drives in the lane. Difficult shot. Should have been a travel call. He gets his own rebound. Jaden Gladney from way downtown is no good. Xavier Anderson grabs the rebound. Anderson now back the other way. Down low to Tyler Jones. Layup is up and good. Jones with 4. Spring Mills has built itself a 10-point lead at 23-13. Shively over to Roper. Roper dribble handoff. No, he faked it. Down low to Connor. Back to Jenkins. Connor tries a 3, and that is rejected by Caleb Thomas. He's got about 6 blocks. He's just been all over the place against this Jefferson offense, who struggled to get anything going so far in this first half. Spring Mills 23, Jefferson 13. Over to Roper now with the basketball. Jenkins now back with it. Jenkins drives in the lane, spin move, down low to Shively. Shively is rejected by Caleb Thomas. You've Smith into the lane with the Euro step, and that's up and good. 5 points for Youth Smith. Jamari Jenkins back with the basketball. Jenkins over to Roper, 1:45 left in this first half. Cardinals 25, Cougars 13. Jenkins over to Roper, right wing. Roper now back to the top of the key. Shively off the screen from Wilberger. Goes into the lane, goes up strong, shot is no good. Rebounded by Xavier Anderson. And Jared Wilberger is going to be called for the foul. So it'll be Spring Mills basketball now. So Spring Mills up by 12. Cardinals having some sort of issue. That's the 5th foul, so will shoot 2 as we have now entered the double bonus. Spring Mills' free throw is up and good from Thomas. So 26-13 our score. With 1:22 left in the first half of play. Again, apologize for our camera issue. Second one is up and good as well. 27-13. Cardinals on top of the Cougars. Colin working hardly to try to help our camera get back here. So hopefully we'll at least have it for the second half. This one taken away by Poku Champong. Lob pass down low to Thomas. Shot is up and no good, but a foul called against Jefferson, and things just seem to have fallen apart for the Cougars. They had that controversial backcourt violation, which was originally ruled a backcourt on Spring Mills. Then it got overturned, and since that moment, Jefferson's never really bounced back. And Spring Mills has taken advantage of the Cougars' frustrations and now hold a 28-13 lead. Free throw here from Caleb Thomas, good again. So at this point, they're kind of cruising. Next one good as well. And that's the talent of this Spring Mills team. They can just get it going and get it going quickly and efficiently throughout the contest. Jenkins hands it off to Gladney. 50 seconds left before halftime. Gladney over to Wallace. Back to Jenkins at the top of the key. Poku Champon guarding him. Jenkins over to Shively for 3 in the corner. That's no good. Wilberger tries to grab the offensive rebound. He's unable to. Hugh Smith tries to bring it up the court and then trying to get the steal. Good hustle play from Jamari Jenkins, but he couldn't keep it alive for the Cougars, and they teed him up. They just teed up Jamari Jenkins, who was showing his frustration, but wasn't really showing it toward anybody in particular. At least that's what I saw. I just saw him frustrated with the fact that they're down 29-13. I didn't really see anything toward the officials. Colin, thank you for helping Aiden out, and welcome back.
Yeah, our apologies there for those tuned in on TV 10 or our YouTube stream. Just had a issue with one of our power cords, so I had to swap it out. But again, big apologies there.
Poku Champon goes 1 for 2 there at the line. Colin, I don't know if you were able to see it, but I didn't really see much there on that technical.
I'll be honest, I wasn't focused on that coming back down.
Fair enough. But the game has really gotten out of hand since you left.
Well, I'm back now, so we'll see if it becomes more competitive or not.
I'll try to update.
Going in, I didn't expect it to be, honestly. I said earlier today, this Spring Mills team just seems too special this year here in the state of West Virginia, being a clear consensus number 1.
Well, it feels like Jefferson hasn't really regained their composure since that backcourt call. So Thomas dribbles over to Coach Samples, who tells him to play here at 30-13. Spring Mills on top. 15 seconds to go before halftime. Thomas being guarded by Shively. Pulls up for 3. That's an air ball. Anderson trying to keep it alive, unable to. Wallace bounces it off of Max Anderson's foot and out of bounds. And with just under 7 seconds left to go before halftime, Anderson checks out. Youth Smith checks back in. The Spring Mills up 30-13. Jefferson will try to get the final shot of the quarter. Jenkins brings it across the court, swings it in the corner for Wallace for 3. That's an air ball. And Tyler Jones grabs the rebound to secure the basketball right before halftime. Spring Mills 30, Jefferson 13. We'll take a 2-minute break and have the halftime show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School. Cardinals at the half on top of the Jefferson Cougars, 30-13. Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin here at halftime. Our halftime show is brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WBJusticeLawyers.com. Colin, you kind of missed a lot of it, but you got the vibe right here at the half. What do you kind of take away from this first half of play?
I mean, Spring Mills is in control on both sides of the ball. If Jefferson wants to come back in, I kind of said it before we had the issues, you need to somehow create space, get open looks if you want to climb back in this one. Still take your threes. That's still the bread and butter, even though it's been a cold night so far. But you need some more screens. Bring back that physical side of things with Wilberger and Shively that you've seen down low, but you haven't seen with some screens off ball.
Our first half stats are brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Jaden Gladney was 7 to lead the Cougars, 4 for Jamari Jenkins, and 2 for Wyatt Shively. That's it. The 13 points for Jefferson. On the Spring Mills side, it's 1 for Kwesi Opoku Champon, 13 for Caleb Thomas at the half, 4 for Jones, 4 for Xavier Anderson, 5 for Youth Smith, and 3 for Max Anderson. Spring Mills 30, Jefferson 13 here at the half. 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Dylan Bishop back in the studio. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from 1 location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Look and feel your best this year. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery Martinsburg offers a variety of procedures to enhance your appearance. Board certified by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, Dr. Jack Gelman specializes in tummy tucks, breast augmentation and lips, liposuction, body contouring, arm and thigh lifts, Botox, and filler injections. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery. Financing options are available. Call 304-350-3274.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome into the N1 Halftime Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 at halftime of a 30-13 game in boys EPAC basketball between Spring Mills and Jefferson. Cardinals out to a big lead after one half. Get you a couple scores from around the rest of the EPAC. Martinsburg playing a game in Morgantown against the Mohegans, down 52-18 at halftime. Bulldogs were only down by 6 points at the end of the first quarter, but a big lead for Morgantown at halftime, 52-18. Right now in the third quarter in Charlestown, Musselman boys are leading the Washington boys 42-35, 7-point lead for the Applemen with just a little bit of time left in the third quarter. Some scores from around the rest of the basketball world, some top 25 action tonight in men's Division I college hoops. Wisconsin with a 3-point lead over Minnesota in the second half. Duke leading Louisville by 8 in the second half. Texas with an 8-point lead over number 11 Oklahoma in Norman with 16:23 left to go in that one. Number 6 Kentucky trailing South Carolina by 5 with 14 minutes to go. And Dayton up 60-51 on LaSalle. Those are your top 25 games in men's Division I college basketball right now. With that, that is the AM1 Scoreboard Show here at halftime on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Give you a 2-minute break, and we'll get back to the Cardinal Coliseum with Nick and Colin.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
We welcome you back here to the Spring Mills Cardinal Coliseum. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Kyle McLaughlin. Is Spring Mills 30, Jefferson 13 here at the half as we get ready for the third quarter. And Colin, it's been a very impressive first half for Spring Mills. The main thing that sticks out is the defense. I mean, yeah, 30 points in the first half is very good, but the defensive intensity, the fact that they've made it so difficult for really Jefferson to get anything off when it comes to shooting the basketball, against a team that typically gets up a ton of shots up and down the floor usually. Haven't seen that tonight.
That's true, but most teams, I mean, here in the Eastern Panhandle, they want to win through the defense abilities that they have. And right now, as you said, Spring Mills has just been the better team defensively, and you got to attribute the size of them and just go from there.
So Anderson will inbound the basketball to Caleb Thomas, and it is Spring Mills 30, Jefferson 13 as we begin the second half. Max Anderson over to Thomas. Poku chomp on off the Caleb Thomas screen. Roper switches onto him. Over to Youth Smith. He'll pull up from just inside the three-point arc. It's no good. Wilberger skies up for the rebound. Jenkins quick pass ahead to Jaden Gladney. Gladney's three-pointer is good. That's the Jefferson offense we've been waiting to see all night.
Yep, they need a lot more of that.
30-16 now our score. Max Anderson has it in the corner. Down low to Caleb Thomas. Over to Anderson. Anderson drives in. Shot is no good. Fight for the rebound, and offensive rebound for Max Anderson and the foul. He puts it up and in.
Yeah, Anderson got a little lucky there. That first shot he just lost it, and it ended up hitting the side of the backboard and coming straight back to him for the second opportunity.
Thank you for the assist, Colin.
Yeah, you kind of got screened there by three fans still making their way back to the seats.
That's why I keep you around. Second free throw is up and good. So it is 33-16, Spring Mills. Jamari Jenkins over to Tayshawn Roper. Back down low, Shively. Shively gets double teamed underneath to Wilberger. His layup from the left side is up and good. Jared Wilberger with his first 2 points. 33-18. Max Anderson quickly back the other way for the Cardinals. He'll slow it back down now, pull things out, reset the offense for Spring Mills. Over to Caleb Thomas, who barely keeps it alive. And Coach Luke Samples is going to burn a timeout, so let's take a 30-second break. Our score here in the third quarter, Spring Mills 33, Jefferson 18. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 30.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. It is Spring Mills 33, Jefferson 18. Our third quarter is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. Revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. As well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin here. Happy to have you with us. Aiden Sensabaugh on camera. Back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. It is Spring Mills basketball out of the Luke Samples timeout. With 6:29 to go in this third period. And they inbound it to Caleb Thomas. And he's guarded tightly in the backcourt by Tayshawn Roper. Thomas, though, brings it across the timeline. Fakes the dribble handoff. Now kicks it out to Boku Champon. Crazy dribbling the basketball, guarded by Roper. In the hands now of Max Anderson in the corner. Back out to Thomas. Thomas, spin move. Has it taken away by Jamari Jenkins, who's all over the floor. He finds Shively back in the hands of Jenkins. Jenkins accelerates, pulls up from just inside the arc, and is fouled on his way up, and he'll shoot two.
Great job by Jenkins there, realizing Thomas was kind of starting to get off balance and falling to continue with his aggression to get that ball and go down the court now with an opportunity at the line.
So if Jefferson can get it going on the defensive end and lead defense to easy offense, as Jenkins continuing to only score from the line so far tonight. He now has 5 points, but he's 5 for 5 from the charity stripe.
Keep an eye on Max Anderson, too. He's at 3 fouls and staying in the game.
They could get back into it here, but the second free throw is up and no good. 33-19. It's only a 14-point game, despite the fact that Spring Mills has really been in control. Anderson into the lane. His left-handed spin move layup is up and good. But then Spring Mills does something like that, and it's like, well, how do you stop him?
Yeah, that was too easy for Anderson down low.
Jenkins over to Roper. Shively now in the corner. Skip pass back in the hands of Jamari Jenkins, the junior point guard for the Jefferson Cougars. Been a starter since his freshman season. Dribble hand off of Roper. Roper goes in the lane. Good screen from Shively, but nothing opens up. Gladney with the basketball, guarded by Wilberger, and a foul called against Jefferson. It's going to go on Wilberger, I believe, for a moving screen. So that is the third on Wilberger. And a turnover for the Cougars. 35-19, Cardinals on top. And they get it again off the inbound. In the hands of Max Anderson. Guarded by Shively. Anderson goes into the lane. Anderson goes up strong and lost control of the basketball on the way up. And the ball will stay in the hands of Spring Mills.
Yeah, good no call there. Like the challenge down low.
Anderson into Youth Smith. The lefty gets Jenkins up in the air, pulls up for the jumper, and it's up and good. Youth Smith's shot is up and good, 38-19. Spring Mills. Jamari Jenkins now with a good dribble move into the corner for Shively. Shively attacks the rack. His shot is off the mark. Anderson now back the other way into the hands of Youth Smith. And a travel call. So Wyatt Shively now to inbound the basketball in the hands of Jamari Jenkins. 4:24 to go in this third quarter. Good backdoor cut from Jaden Gladney, but it's blocked by Caleb Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas down low. It's been quiet, I feel like, with the blocks since the first quarter, but here we have another one.
Shively to the rack, no good. Wilberger with the offensive rebound, that's up and good. You did miss a few, I think. So he's probably got like 5, 6, 7 blocks tonight.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Youth Smith into the lane, shot is no good. Offensive rebound, though, is there for Youth Smith.
Youth Smith with the reach back having to get that rebound and not land on Shively, who was again on the ground.
40-21 our score. Spring Mills on top of Jefferson. Jenkins for 3, that's good. Jamari Jenkins with his first field goal of the night. He has 7. Our score is Spring Mills 40, Jefferson 24, 3:34 left in the third. Anderson attacks the rim and lays it up and in. 42-24. Just been tough for Jefferson to stop this long, athletic Spring Mills team. Connor's going to come back in here.
Yeah, that was just a tough matchup down low in the transition. Wilberger was there. He just doesn't have the footwork, though, if a Spring Mills Cardinal makes a move to kind of get over and stop it.
Fights for the offensive rebound as Jefferson here. Max Anderson back the other way. That shot's up and good. Anderson has 5 points. I'm sorry, 8 points, excuse me. 44-24 our score. Spring Mills on top of Jefferson. Timeout taken by the Cougars. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
We're back here at the Cardinal Coliseum. Spring Mills 44, Jefferson 24. Still 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Here off the inbound, it is Jefferson basketball. Connor comes over to inbound it for the Cougars. He gets it into Jamari Jenkins. And Jenkins now with the handoff to Roper. Roper goes into the lane with the left hand, kicks it out. Shively's mid-range J is no good. Rebounded by Caleb Thomas. Thomas in transition now. Guarded by Gladney. Pulls up for the baseline. That's no good. Jenkins grabs the rebound ahead of Roper. Roper with Youth Smith guarding him. His shot is no good on the reverse layup. And Anderson grabs the rebound. Max in transition down to Xavier Anderson with the right-handed layup. That's up and good. Good offensive execution from Spring Mills. Too many fast break points given up here in the second half on the Jefferson side. Jenkins' floater is maybe blocked by Thomas as well. And Xavier Anderson will run the floor ahead to Max. Now back to Xavier, left-handed layup up and good.
Yeah, this is way too easy right now for Spring Mills. They're running away with this one. Jefferson's offense has gone cold, and the transition offense that we typically see from Jefferson because of their speed is unmatched here compared to what we've seen so far for Spring Mills.
Another timeout, another break. 48-24. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 30.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, private wealth advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Back here at the Cardinal Coliseum, Spring Mills 48, Jefferson 24, 2:10 left in this third quarter. Jefferson with the basketball. Jaden Gladney bringing it up the court for the Cougars. Dribble handoff now as a shot from three is up and good from Troxel. Troxel checks in and knocks down a three. 48-27. Here's a drive to the lane by Anderson, up and good, and the foul.
They're just playing with confidence right now. I feel like that's probably the biggest difference between these two. Some would say it's because of the lead, but I feel like even it's been from start to finish, the confidence that this Spring Mills team has compared to right now. Jefferson just lacking that confidence. And
yeah, it does feel like very much a mental game that's gotten away from Jefferson. Anderson's and one is up and good. 51-27. Spring Mills on top of Jefferson. Gladney off the Shively screen. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Caleb Thomas ahead to Youth Smith. His shot is good. And this second half has just been a track meet for Spring Mills, and Jefferson can't keep up.
Yeah, it's just been the transition offense so far here in the third, where it's set up 2v1, 3v2, and the unselfishness for Spring Mills as well has definitely helped in those situations, making sure the guy with the open lane is the one taking the easy layup. Now we have a pause for one of the Jefferson Cougars tying their shoes on far side. I believe that's Troxel.
Yeah, it was. Gladney into the lane. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Youth Smith. I'm sorry, by Opoku Champam. 53-27 our score. Xavier Anderson kicks it over to Jones. Nothing really opening up for Spring Mills. Driving the lane here for Thomas, and now it's wide open in the fadeaway J from Caleb Thomas is good. And what if I told you, Colin, that's his first 2 points of the second half?
I wouldn't believe you.
Well, it's the truth. I wouldn't lie to you, Colin.
I know.
Jenkins' three is no good. Rebounded by the Cardinals. Thomas to Jones, three. Bingo. Tyler Jones knocks it down. Spring Mills 58. Cougars 27. 20 seconds left in this third period. And a technical foul being initiated again here by the officials.
Yeah, not sure what for. Didn't see what happened, but
I didn't see who he called it on either, but
I think they called it on Akwesi.
Interesting.
I thought I saw it too held
yeah,
up.
that is who they called it on. So that's his fourth. He's coming out of the game.
But I couldn't see since it was off the ball what it was.
Jenkins' free throw is no good. Must have said something. I would
Yeah, I don't know.
guess.
Coach Chample's now trying to get the explanation. He's not happy with it. It's the second technical we've seen, so should have took the over earlier.
I'm teeing you up for that one, Colin.
Shout out Jake Long. Had to get one in.
Jamari Jenkins' second free throw is good. His first was no good on the technical foul shot. 58-28 with 16 seconds left. Poku Champon, though, will remain in the game with his 4 fouls. Jenkins off the Shively screen. Gets double teamed. Throws it into the corner for Troxel for an open three, and that's good. It may be 58-31, but put that on the highlight reel for Jefferson. Fourth quarter on the other side of this 1 minute break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Welcome you back here to to Spring Mills High School, with Spring Mills on top of Jefferson 58-31. Adonis Troxel giving the Cougars a spark with his 2 threes, but they're still 8 down, 58-31. Do get the ball here to start the start the fourth quarter here for Jefferson. Our fourth quarter is presented to you on TV 10 by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, as well as the Larry DeMarco team at Martin Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered. Gladney drives into the lane with the floater. That's up and good. 12 for Jaden Gladney. 58-33. Jefferson trying to press. Not sure how successful that will be with how well Spring Mills was able to run the floor in that third quarter to really blow this one open. It was already a tough first half, being down 30-13. Max Anderson goes up strong here underneath and gets the layup to go.
Yeah, I thought he might have got away with a little bit of a nudge.
Well, there's arguably a foul up here right in front of us as well, Colin. That wasn't called, so I guess it all evens out.
It's 60-33. What's one foul going to change?
Stat line. Maury Jenkins lost control of it. Down low to Connor. Gladney for three, and that's good. Jane Gladney with another triple. 60-36.
That was a deep three.
This group has been the group that's played tough for Jefferson. As Youth Smith goes up with the layup. Xavier Anderson's shot on the follow is no good. Caleb Thomas short on the three-pointer.
Yeah, I think Connor might have got a piece of that putback.
Gladney, another jumper on the way, no good.
That's what I call a heat check.
Yeah, it's not a team, or it's not a lineup that you would expect from Jefferson, but they've battled hard despite not having the size. Coach Lewis seems pretty happy with this group, but he is getting ready to bring out some subs. Xavier Anderson over to Caleb Thomas. 5:50 left in the fourth quarter, 60-36 our score. Thomas drives in the lane, a foul called. And he'll shoot two.
Good moves there by Thomas, spinning through when he got triple teamed to still initiate the contact for the foul. Feeling like he's probably close to a triple-double.
Free throw up and good from Thomas. So he's now at 16 points. We'll hear from Coach Samples with probably the rebounding and the block numbers as well.
Yeah, he'll
tonight.
come over probably with his iPad or whatever it is.
Second free throw's up and good. But also probably some assists too, so who knows. But we got a timeout taken. 62-36, Spring Mills on top, 5:48 left in the fourth. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We welcome you back here. Colin, who won between Musselman and Washington?
Final score at Washington, the Musselman-Applemen get a 60-46 win over the Patriots.
In this contest, kind of a similar score, 62-36 our score here in the fourth quarter. Still a decent amount of time left, though, in this ball game. Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin, happy to have you with us. Aiden Sensabaugh on camera, and back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. 5:48 left here in the fourth. And Colin, we're just kind of winding down on what's been a pretty dominating performance from Spring Mills.
Yes, it definitely has, and that's why they're the best team in the state, even over Morgantown. And speaking of Morgantown, into the third quarter for them as they play host to Martinsburg. That's 76-28 end of the third, so Morgantown doing what it does best.
Shively hands it off to Jaden Gladney. And
Ooh. Wasn't sure if that was a cramp or something, as Max Anderson we saw slip and go down, and when he tried to get up, he immediately winced in pain and went straight back down, but he's right now on his feet and kind of just hobbling it off, but you can still tell that he's in pain from something.
If I'm Spring Mills, I'm getting my starters out at this point. You're up 62-36 for 5.5 minutes. No reason to risk injury.
I agree with you, except for on the other end, to counter it, we don't typically see the Spring Mills bench.
I'm just saying what I would do, Colin.
And I'm just laying out the facts. We don't need your opinion.
Well, nobody asked for it, right?
Exactly.
Sorry. Yeah, that was kind of harsh. 62-36 our score. Bush is now in, part of that Spring Mills bench. Hugh Smith,
Stepped out.
Stepped out. Wow.
Yeah, that's what the call was, they say.
He seemed
stepped
like
out.
he was very far from that sideline.
I guess somehow put the blue line.
He is tall, though. It's like 6'4", so.
He had quick feet. I couldn't really tell, but I just saw from the referee.
Right, I mean, that's what I thought he called, but it just seemed like he was pretty far away to do that, but I guess it is possible.
We don't get to see the replay like those at home tuned in.
Maybe, if Dylan rolled it.
I got faith in Dylan.
I do too. 62-36. Jenkins, wraparound pass in the hands of the Cougars now with the basketball.
Jefferson's just trying to do too much.
Shively a three, that's short. He gets his own rebound, though. Kicks it out. Ty Vickers three, that's good. So the Cougars shooters off the bench getting some playing time here late and knocking down some jumpers. Drake is now in the game as well for Jefferson. 62-39. 4:45 left in this fourth period. In the hands of Shively. Shively back to Vickers, and that's a turnover. Max Anderson now to Youth Smith. Downloading Xavier Anderson. Jamari Jenkins tiptoes the sideline.
He's hurt
a little
now.
bit hobbled, so.
Yep, he's favoring that right leg again that caused him to be out the past few weeks, not including the snow days, of course, but he's staying in the game right now.
Yeah, I think he's all right. Just kind of awkwardly. Well, good job by Shively to steal that inbound. But, yeah, I think both these teams could definitely get guys like Jenkins out, especially with the injuries. But I guess also the argument is he needs to play.
Yeah.
He needs to get back onto the court. 62-39. Shively down low. Tough fadeaway jumper. That's short. With 4 minutes left. Both teams just kind of rolling out of here. Spring Mills smartly trying to hold on to the basketball. Youth Smith in the hands of Thomas. Keep away game being played here. Xavier Anderson now off it.
Good job by Shively down low trying to get the trap. Now Xavier Anderson.
Yeah, for the most part, though, Spring Mills just kind of playing keep away. So 3.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Anderson drives in, kicks it over to Youth Smith. That one's too long, no good. Ball goes off of Spring Mills into Jefferson. 3:19 left, 62-39. Wilberger and Gladney back into the game. Shively and Drake check out with 3:19 left in this fourth quarter. Vickers inbounds it to Jenkins.
This quarter's starting to get a little bit sloppy. I'd like to see both teams try to clean things up and take some positives away here in the end.
Jenkins with a good pass to Wilberger, but he couldn't hold on to it. And the ball heads out of bounds. Thomas over to Opoku Champon. Max Anderson with the basketball. Over to Xavier Anderson back up top to Opoku Champon. Now Caleb Thomas with it. Cardinals continue to pass around the perimeter as they know they're in control here at 62-39. Jones dribbling the basketball in and out. Springville's trying to provide some pressure.
Guys, go get the ball.
Opoku Champon over to Max Anderson. Now Jones. Double teamed. Wilberger nearly gets a steal. Anderson gets it back, and a timeout taken by Coach Luke Samples.
Yeah, right now, Spring Mills more going with just trying to, focus on the ball movement here, have everybody on the outside of the perimeter, and then once everybody else from Jefferson's side defensively tries to go out and match them, then they'll go down low. That just hasn't happened yet, but 62-39. Here, Spring Mills, you're all right slowing things down, just trying to get some open looks and work on some things that you feel like need worked on. here with some practice. Has got some people leaving the gym here because of the blowout as well.
We'll take a 30-second break. 62-39, Spring Mills on top of Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Back at the Cardinal Coliseum, Cardinals 62, Cougars 39, 2:20 left in this fourth quarter. Max Anderson to inbound the basketball for Spring Mills. Just over 2 minutes left. The post to Chompon, over to Jones. Keep away being played by Spring Mills. And a travel called on Opoku Chompon.
Coach Sample's still trying to make this a teaching moment. Wanted a reach-in foul there as well.
Yeah, both teams' coaches still coaching up their teams, which you got to respect. You know, with the game being the way it is, you could just sit back and just kind of let it close out, but they're trying to get better too. Jenkins step back three on the way. That's good from Jamari Jenkins. 20-point game in favor of Spring Mills. Thomas passed quickly to Opoku Chompon. Back to Caleb Thomas. Thomas drives in, goes to the lane, and lays it up and in. Back the other way, full court pass to Jaden Gladney. He finds himself in a tough position. Shot is no good. Jenkins trying to take it away from Anderson. Both teams on the floor.
You know what we haven't seen tonight, unless I missed it whenever I had to fix some things in the second quarter? A dunk.
No, we have not.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Colin.
Yeah, we typically see a few dunks from this Spring Mills team.
Are you not entertained?
I am. I mean, it's still a 64-42 statement win here, it seems like, for Spring Mills. We've said they're the clear-cut number one team in the state, and yes, Jefferson has had some players injured, still do, and Johnson being out, Goins out, unfortunately, the rest of the season. Still, though, the past few years have been the team to beat in the EPAC.
No, I mean,
but still no match for Spring Mills. And it seems like nobody's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, they're not fully healthy yet, but they're not going to be. Goins is going to be out the entire season. And I don't know. I mean, Kylan Johnson's a good player, but how much does he change this one? Not sure.
Not
we'll
sure.
We'll
either.
see what next time they play, hopefully. But
hopefully they're all healthy and in at that point.
Anderson to inbound it for Spring Mills. Foul called. That's 64-42.
That's just a silly foul that far away from the basket. You're in the backcourt. Why do you need to reach in?
Wow. Coach Sample's very frustrated about something here, but Spring Mills trying to get the ball in. They get in Xavier Anderson. Back to Caleb Thomas, double teamed by the Cougars. Final minute 15 in this one. Spring Mills just holding on to the basketball. Downloaded Xavier Anderson through his hands. And incomplete. Turnover. So Jefferson will get it back here at 64-42. Just over a minute left in this fourth quarter. Over to Troxel. Troxel thought about the three, kicks it back to Gladney. Final 50 seconds now of this one. Driving in the lane, shot is no good. Opoku Chompon grabs the rebound for Spring Mills. 40 seconds. Anderson in the backcourt. Pass to Thomas. Opoku Chompon now down low. Xavier Anderson with the two-handed jam.
There we go. That's what I've been waiting for.
66-42, 20 seconds left. That's the exclamation point on this ball game. Final 10 seconds. Jefferson, three-pointer from the corner is no good. Anderson grabs the rebound, and that will do it for tonight's contest. As your final score, Spring Mills 66, Jefferson 42. We'll wait for Coach Samples to come join us here on the post-game show momentarily. Nick Verzolini, Kyle McLaughlin here at the Cardinal Coliseum as Jefferson getting the win tonight. And, I'm sorry, Spring Mills getting the win tonight over Jefferson, 66-42. In a pretty dominating performance for the Cougars. Coaches shake hands. And Coach Samples comes over for the post-game interview. But overall, Spring Mills very impressive here tonight to get the win, improved to 11-0. Jefferson falls again. The Cougars now 11-4 on the year, 66-42 is our final here tonight from the Cardinal Coliseum. Nick Verzolini, Kyle McLaughlin here, and now joined by the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Luke Samples. Coach, can you hear us all right now?
Try to get that fixed for you.
What about now? You got
us now? I got you, yep.
Coach, good win for you guys. You improved to 11-0. What's your initial thoughts on this one?
My initial thoughts is we have to get in an offense that we're supposed to be in at the end of the game. But no, man, you know, we were 0-5 in the last 2 years. You know, we knew they're the king until someone beats them, a two-time EPAC champion. I mean, and again, some guys have beaten him, but Jenkins is so good. He's such a good player. Still out one guy. We'll see him later in the year. Hopefully we don't see him in the postseason. Credit Jefferson. They have good guards, man. The Shively kid's tough inside. But, yeah, man, initially we have to get in our offense at the end of the game. But, man, what a defensive effort. To hold that team to, 42 points is impressive, scoring 66.
Yeah, it was a great game and really seemed like there in quarter number 2 late, and especially in quarter number 3, your team just really took over, pulled away, as you said, the defense, leading to transition offense, making things just look very easy on both sides of the ball for you guys. Just talk about another special win and wrap things up for us.
Well, you know, we talk about, like, we're machines, man. We're machines. We don't get tired. Other teams will get tired. We will wear them down eventually, and they'll get tired. And our transition offense, we practice it every day. It's a secret thing we do to get out and transition. It all starts with rebounding, defense, rebound, and run, man. That's what we do. But on the defensive end, we just guard. We do some, like, exotic stuff down there. But it's all a commitment to our guys. Like, they have to buy in, and they're running, like, crazy blitzes and switches and all kinds of Xing on the backside and crazy stuff like that. So they're really, really dialed in and really, really locked in. And, again, I think they were, like, 6th in the state, 5th in the state. And to beat someone like that by 24 and hold on to the end, you know, I mean, it felt closer than what it was. I'm just proud of them. I told them yesterday to raise your hand if you ever beat Jefferson in a major sport. You know, no one in there raised their hand. I said tonight we're all going to raise our hand, and that's what we did, and it's a credit to them, a testament to their hard work. And, again, man, that's how much we respect Jefferson. This was a game we circled, and we'll see them at their place, but for tonight we got them. So I'm happy and proud of our guys.
Coach, one thing that stands out about your team is your length and ability to put pressure on the other team. You talked about the defense leading to the easy offense. Caleb Thomas, again, with a very impressive game. Xavier Anderson, his length and athleticism. How much do you think those guys and what they're able to do and ability to switch really gives you an advantage on the defensive end?
When you have 2 6'7" kids that can guard Division I point guards like Jenkins, or like, you know, at least a Division I shooter. Gladney's the best shooter in the state. And when they can switch on those guys, and then you have Max that can switch to a big. So you got 3 dudes that can switch, and Lokai does some switching, and even Akwesi does a little bit. But when you have guys that can switch and guard multiple positions, 1 through 5, it's special. They're talented, and just the commitment to learn to do it. I mean, those guys live in the gym, and they're tough, and they're gritty. And, again, man, like, we don't press. We don't do anything. We don't run any zone or any crazy tactics. We just sit down and guard you. And that's what those kids do. They're tough. They're gritty. And I couldn't be more proud of them, man. They've turned this thing around, man. This is good. This is fun.
I got nothing else, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Coach. And Spring Mills 11-0 now on the year. Jefferson falling to 11-4. We will take a quick 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we'll have the Palace Lounge post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
To the Cardinal Coliseum, Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin here on the post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge, located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Check out their menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Colin, what was your initial thoughts on this contest?
Going into it, I was hoping for a little bit of a more competitive game, especially when we heard that Jenkins was back for Jefferson. They still don't have Johnson, so we'll see if that makes any impacts when these two teams meet again. But again, another great win for Spring Mills. Clearly the best team in the state, and to go out there against this team from Jefferson who, as you heard, have beat them the past 5 times. Nobody on this team has beaten Jefferson in any major sport. Football, basketball, baseball. Just doesn't happen for them. Tonight it finally did. So congratulations, and they did it in a big way yet again here.
Now get our post-game stats. Caleb Thomas with 19 points to lead Spring Mills, 14 from Xavier Anderson, 11 from Youth Smith, 13 from Max Anderson, 7 from Jones, and 1 for Opoku Achampon. On the Jefferson side, 13 from Jaden Gladney, 3 from Ty Vickers, 12 from Jamari Jenkins, 6 from Troxel, Shively with 2, and 4 from Wilberger. Our post-game stats are brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect. They're at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. And now we're getting to our awards. Colin, we'll start with our rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg.
It always goes to him when we have Spring Mills. Caleb Thomas. I think the one that I'm going to pick is the one that he swatted, though, into the rows of the student section over his bench there. So that's my rejection of the game.
That's a good choice. What about your moment of the game?
Moment of the game, there in that third quarter, I don't know if it was a true moment of the game because the game kind of was already out of hand, but if I could just go back and watch multiple times, I probably would. because it was just such beautiful transition basketball, and that's why I'm going to go with the moment of game there in the third. It just seemed like for about 10 points, if not more, Spring Mills just nonstop running. Back defense, got the rebound, came back, had to transition with 2v1, 3-on-2. And it just was an all-out clinic, and it was a lot of fun to watch at one point there, just to see them with a great job conditioning for this team and just showing why they're the best team in the state.
Our moment of the game is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Finally, Colin, our player of the game, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store. Not just an appliance store any longer, located at 360 Hackles Way in Martinsburg, or online at Orsinis.com.
Got to go with the best player in the state, Caleb Thomas. As you said, 19 points. We'll report tomorrow on the Sports Mix if we have the numbers, what he finished with when it came to assists, steals, rebounds, blocks, whatever it was. But I feel like he probably at least had a double-double, if not a triple-double. So got to go with Caleb Thomas, player of the game, of course.
All right, so that wraps it up here from Spring Mills High School. Once again, your final score here tonight, Spring Mills 66, Jefferson 42. For Aiden Sensible, our cameraman, Dylan Bishop back in the studio, who you'll hear from in just a little bit, and Colin McLaughlin. I'm Nick Verzolini. Have a good night, everyone. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
I do. We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome into the N1 post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Dylan Bishop here, following a huge win for the Spring Mills Cardinals against the Jefferson Cougars in boys EPAC basketball, 66-42, the number one team in the state. Spring Mills Cardinals keeping their undefeated season alive and continuing to dominate the state, the Panhandle, and every opponent they come up against. Give you some scores from the rest of the EPAC. Two other games going on in boys basketball here tonight. One EPAC versus EPAC matchup. Musselman versus Washington. Final score there from Charlestown was Musselman getting the win on the road, 60-46. And Martinsburg went on the road on the boys' side today as well. Went down to Morgantown to play the number 2 team in the state. The Mohegans got the big win, 89-45. I'll give you some scores from around the rest of college basketball. Top 25 matchups that are taking place here tonight. A few that are already final. Big upset in the SEC. South Carolina, unranked, at home, defeats number 6 Kentucky 79-62. Minnesota just barely couldn't do the same, getting a top 25 upset. Number 13 Wisconsin gets a 61-59 win over the Gophers. Duke just went final with a win over Louisville, 83-69 from the KFC Center in Louisville, Kentucky. Dayton with a 66-44 win over LaSalle. A couple games that are going on. Only 38 seconds left in Texas and Oklahoma. Number 11, Oklahoma, is going to be upset as well, as the Longhorns are up 75-60 over the Sooners. Number 17, Creighton, currently trailing by 7 points in the first half to Xavier in Omaha, home game for Creighton. Purdue and Michigan just started, a game that's on Peacock. 11-4, the Boilermakers currently lead. And number 4, Houston versus number 21, BYU from Provo, Utah. Cougars currently up. Well, I shouldn't say the Cougars. They're both the Cougars. BYU Cougars leading 9-8 over the Houston Cougars with 15:24 left in the first half, just a few minutes into that one. The NBA, handful of games going on right now. Only 4:19 left in Indiana, where the Pacers trail by only 2 points against the Denver Nuggets. It's 100-98. 1:38 left in the third quarter in the game that is on TNT right now. The Brooklyn Nets with an 8-point lead over the New York Knicks in the Barclays Center. Halftime in New Orleans, the Pelicans lead the Jazz 77-59. And halftime in Oklahoma City, Trailblazers with a surprising halftime lead over Oklahoma City, beating the Thunder 66-58 right now. One game that is yet to start. The second game of the doubleheader on TNT tonight is the Battle of Los Angeles, the Lakers, and the Clippers. Clippers considered the home team tonight. Again, this was following a 66-42 win for the Spring Mills Cardinals over the Jefferson Cougars in EPAC basketball here tonight. This has been the AN1 postgame scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Dylan Bishop signing off, hoping you have a great rest of your Tuesday evening.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, The Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones?